It's paper pumpkin time. This is the most beautiful kit. This is the October 2024 Nests of Christmas. And I have to say, each month I do this, I do some alternatives, but this is one of the very few times I look at the cards in here and think, they're so gorgeous. I don't even know if I want to mess with them. But of course I did, just so we can talk about alternatives. But just know with this set, the cards in it are trifold cards. They're gorgeous. But we're not going to do this. We're going to do other things. So this kit has a variety of, well, it's got several of two of each of these. So you can see how it is meant to be this beautiful trifold. So I'm going to peel this off. And it's just a lovely card. But since the directions come for that, we're not going to do that one. We're going to do some other things. The other thing that comes with it are lots of printouts like this. And I'm just going to say, these are things you can cut out. I like fussy cutting. I know some of you don't, but to my taste, there was too much white around here. So you're going to see I went around all the pieces that I'm using. I went around and trimmed it a little more, but that's totally up to you. And one had 3 parts on it, and I turned them. I don't know if it was this one. It had all these parts. I cut them all out separately because I just wanted more freedom. So I'm just getting my things ready to play. I consider Paper Pumpkin kind of playtime of the month. You have a kit. You have all the stuff that goes together. The only things that I've added, I'm going to add these. I haven't put any of these on yet. I haven't assembled these cards. I just have my ideas put together. So we're going to use this for gems. And then the only other thing besides what comes in the kit that I add are more cardstock for card bases. And I just pick the colors that are in here that go with this. So I have cherry cobbler, white, shaded spruce, just the colors in here. And I still have all of this left over that I haven't touched with. There's also these envelopes that are gorgeous. I'm going to make 2 cards out of the envelopes. You can either leave them as gorgeous cards or turn them into more cards. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start first with the fun fold card. So I am taking a standard Z fold. So this is a standard base card, and then I scored it at 2 1/8, and it's folded back. Now there are pictures of these on my blog and measurements for each card. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and assemble here. This was my idea, and you can see I haven't put it together yet, but I thought this is my general idea. I'm thinking I can put this on the inside of my card, and then this on the outside. Isn't that a fun idea? And then it'll open like that, and here's where the writing will be. So this is the first thing I saw when I looked at this. So I am going to, and I'm going to end with some really easy cards and just talk about basic card layouts today, because it's always fun to just have a few of those on hand. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this in the middle, and I have taken this. This was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I've trimmed it down. I'm going to put this in first. I'm going to center this on the inside. And this is where my writing is going to be, or I could, of course, add other things. Now, then I know that this punched out piece I'm going to put right over it. And in decorating it, I am going to, let's see, what was I thinking here? I just put some things out. I have Happy Holidays. I think I'm just going to do, okay, I'm going to just do something like this. I'm making this up as we go along, but that's always fun. I'm going to put this across the top. And then we'll put this one flat. And then I think I'll maybe pop this one. You know what? I should maybe have this whole thing popped out. Let's see. Instead of doing this, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to attach this to here. Let's see. How am I going to do that? Like that? Is that? I'm going to put it down in more. Oh, here. I'm going to do it like this. Now I have a little layer here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to pop these up. So now I will take some dimensionals. I think getting a kit like this is a good time for us to just play like we're kids again and didn't care how things turned out. These are just all your pieces. So I just put all these pieces out and then I just look for different ways to start putting them together. And, you know, ideas beget ideas. So once you come up with an idea, then you think of more. A lot of these cards I'm making today too would also work with the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. And that's it. Okay. Okay. That's going to be okay. And then I knew coming ahead, I mean, I wasn't sure. I want a piece of paper here. Oh, and actually I can put one on the inside. Oh, see, I hadn't even thought about that. I just wasn't sure looking at the front here if I would want to stick with the greens. So I'm going to look at that here now and decide. I like that. That's nice and rich. Yeah, I'll probably go with that just because it's so easy, standard. Let's see. Or I don't know. Either one would work. Do you have thoughts? And you know what? I can see I didn't put this over enough. So we're going to take this off. Little surgery. I'll just twist that. I better add that at the end. I put that right there. What do you think? Go for conventional or kind of a fun little twist? I actually just think I'm going to be very boring and just do this. So we're putting this on here, but then I might as well put this on here. So that'll be fun. That wasn't even part of the plan, but I can use both of them then. But you can see how if I were going to make a few of these, I would switch around the different colors. I would make them a little bit different just because I think it helps you start developing an eye for what you like, which is pretty awesome. Okay, and then I am going to put my, I've got a little doodad right here. Okay, I'm going to put that on, and then I am going to carefully put this right over the center. Do you know what? I think I might want this popped up. So let's change what I'm doing here. You can never pop up too many things. So you kind of saw it laying flat. So now let's try it popped up. I will put a bunch of these on, partly because I already have tape on there and I don't want it to, be lumpy, go up and down with that. So I think we'll just make sure it doesn't have any option for that. And I'll take all these off. And now we're going to go back to trying this. Let me see, And I'm going to put that right at the edge there and at the edge there. Oh, I like that. That's really fun. And then I think you could add more words in here and just sign your name, or you can write a message in here. And then, of course, I need to change this because I don't want it going off the edge. And I want to show this pretty rounded part. So let me see. You know what else I could do? Okay, I'm going to get bold here and we're going to cut this off. Just because we're playing, and I'm going to cut the edge off, hopefully fairly straight there. And then I'm going to line that up to the end here because I felt like it was getting too far over to the bird, and I wanted to make sure that you still saw the rounded part. Oh, I love that. And I think I'll come back and add the gems afterwards. But this will be my last step. I'm going to make all the cards, and then I'm going to look at the gems and decide where to add. But I like to play around with that too and lay them out and do different things. So they will be on the blog, on the pictures. There is card number 1. I thought we would start with these curved things because that kind of is what sets that apart. So then the next one, I took Sherry Cobbler to go with this guy. And here, this is an inside. So we're going to just put this on. And so I kind of just laid these out and kind of thought, these are the things that I can do. And then go from there. Okay, so I'm going to, you can see even this, I cut around and trimmed more just because it's more my style. So, yeah, I like that. Okay, So this is good. I'm going to keep popping things up just because I really like that look. Might as well give a little dimension here when we can, right? So we're going to do these. I think this is just such a lovely set. Oh, and it has a stamp set with it that has the cardinal, the words that I'm using, so it's awesome too. Now, let's see, I could have done this either way. Maybe I want to do it this way. So you see the red more, or does it fit this way better? Boy, I don't know. I'm kind of torn because I really love seeing the red. I'm going to do it this way just because I want to see more red there. But you see, we're just playing. All the possibilities would be right there. And then I tuck that one in like right there. Okay, let's do that. So I'll put 3 of these on here. Paper pumpkin like this too. If you have kids or a friend and you're sharing this, I think it's just fun to lay out all the stuff and then just let everyone play with it and see what ideas. Because the ideas you come up with, you can use for other cards too. It's just like stretching your imagination. That's pretty. So it's the next card. Oh, I was going to say that's not on straight, but it's not on at all. So that's good. So it works. We'll put this one on. I have a whole bunch of cards today. I think I pretty much used up. I'll add this much left if I decide I need to add anything on any of this. As I was cleaning up, those showed up. So I thought it was done. Okay, I like that too. When we add some gems, I think it's going to be perfect. Okay, so here is the next one. This time we're taking, okay, I'm just going to use shaded spruce. And I'm going to put this because I want this to open. It doesn't open now. So this is basically the same size. I'm going to put that on. So it's basically a full front here. And we will do that. Okay, and then this is the frame, and this is what's going to go inside the frame. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I like that. So next, we'll just put these on. And now I just want to decide, oh, this would be a fun one to do. Let me see if I have any out here. I'm going to... Now, as I'm playing with ideas, I'm thinking, oh, this could be fun to put up. Up so it's a little further away. Let's try this. So now I have these, what are these called? Foam adhesive strips. Let's pull that out. And we will see how long that would be. Be right around there. And I want to do the edge there too. So here, I'm going to put this right there. Oh, get the right measurements here. I'm going to put one here. And then let's see, yeah, good, that'll work. I just keep my strips like this and then just kind of cut areas as I need them. We'll see how this is going to work. Is this the other one? Yep. Okay, we'll set that aside. And now I'm going to peel these off. Okay, and I will put this over. And this is going to be a little popped up. I just thought, sometimes you try things and they work, sometimes they don't. But I thought, okay, I like that. So then with this one, all my stuff's mixed up here. I don't even know what I was going to do. I think I'm going to put this across. Ooh, and then this will be fun because this will be on a dimensional. So it will be popped up. And then this is what I was going to use down here. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to have these be like all popped up. Now on this, I will put dimensionals at this end. But the other end, I could either put a little glue or tape like I used before, or here I'm going to use a glue dot to keep that. So as I'm looking at this, I'm going to put this. Oh, and this is too high. It needs to be higher than that. So you know what you do then? You add another layer. I am going to put one there, and I'll put another one here. So we can just keep building it up. Now I think it'll work. Perfect. Love that. And then with these, again, I think I'm going to, well, let's go ahead and pop this one up. I'm just going to put a couple on. I don't know where I'm going to put the other one yet. So I'm going to look at this. I kind of like if it's out on the top here at the corner. Or do you see how it could be in there? I like this, and I probably still need doubles. Oh, I haven't used doubles like this in a long time. So how fun. And then this can go right in the outside. I really like the depth that this is giving this card. Do you see? I mean, it almost looks like a shaker card without the shaker. I could have put the snowflakes in here and done a shaker card too. And then I'm going to add this guy. Let's see. Where do I want him? He could be back in there, or he's going to be right out here. Okay, so we'll add this little guy. So do you like to sit and watch people design? I mean, these are a little different from videos that I make that I have everything cut and done and we're just kind of going through the motions. This is really to kind of just talk through how I think about designing and how we can go like with raw materials and then start doing, oh, that's really pretty too. So I would love to hear what's your favorite card out of the bunch. Okay, so here's another one. This time we're going to the other the other ones, which is this. Well, it's not even the other one. Oh, no, the other shape, this frame. Okay, so this covers the whole back, so we'll do that. Okay, and then this is going to go right here. Now, I could do, I'm going to show you, here's my thought. Here's what I'm putting on this one. I'm doing this and this. Isn't that pretty too? So do I want to pop this one up or just, I think this time we'll just leave it for speed, but I think this would be another pretty one to put the little strips on. So could also do that. And I thought, now this time I did not, you'll notice I did not trim that background. So you see a little of it out here too, because I thought, well, that's a fun look too. Because, I often would trim things to fit inside. So this time we're leaving, and then I'll put all of these up. This guy, aren't these just pretty? I mean, I just think the cardinals are just gorgeous here to work with. And you get a bunch of them. I mean, look at all the cards I make today. They're all from that. So I'm going to put that on. So a set like this, if you're using them for Christmas cards, but I also think they could be other than Christmas cards. They could be winter cards. They could be thinking of you cards. Cardinals visiting after somebody's died is such a fun messenger too. There's a lot of things you could do with these, not Christmas, but I love the idea that you can put your things out and make a whole variety of cards. And so they don't need to look alike at all. And you won't get bored making them. But the real reason I think kits are fun to play with this way is it's kind of a easy chance to make yourself just play with ideas. And if they don't turn out, it doesn't matter because it's your limited supplies. It's things that go together. And we can't get too lost, in the details. Okay, and I think that's pretty. And then I wanted to do another one. Okay, we're going to do another one and just change it up a bit. So this time, let's see what I did here. This time we chose this. Let's see, did I cut this one down? Yes, I cut this one down. Or I didn't cut this one down. Here's what I did here. Here's the difference. I'm leaving this so it'll be full-size card. This, I cut the green part down because I wanted to see some of this part. So I think it's just fun that we can play with these, and I just try to make each one a little bit different. That's the only goal I have here. So I'll put this on, and then for the sake of speed too, I'm going to just kind of doing that. Doing one the other way worked. And we'll put this on. Okay, now I wanted to make this inside different. So I'm using this bird. I've got these words. So here's what I decided to try. I'm going to do another background. I'm bringing in another sheet of paper. Now let's see if I can do this without. Sure I can. Let's set that in. Is that a little, might be a little low, but it's okay. We're going to live with it. Could always trim things. But you see, I'm going to slip this right in here. Just to make this stand out a little differently. And then I thought, now I can add these little things down here and the words up here. Boy, that's not very straight, is it? Do you see that? Better fix that a little. Just slide it there. Okay, so now we'll take this. I am so used to doing lives, and this is pre-recorded, and I think it's so funny because I'm just talking to myself. I miss you guys. I just didn't have time to. Okay, I'm going to put this on the sides. You still kind of notice this little part right here. And I'm putting that little birdie there. And you can see that these cards are then similar, but different. One of my favorite things to say. Okay, so just a couple of different looks, but using the same supplies there. Now are you ready for a little speedy card making? Because, you know, I like doing that, and I have a bunch of ideas just rolled out here that are just going to be quick and easy. One of my, and what I'm using here, these are some of my go-to. And so part of the reason I'm doing this is just thinking, if you have a bunch of go-to layouts that you can just quickly come up with, whenever you're stuck for something, you can go back to those, because every time you change the paper, they're going to be a little different. I think I want my maybe in the middle. I'm putting these on cattywampus. And I know a lot of you, and I should have trimmed that a little more, but it's okay. We're living with it. And then I'm going to put this, and this was cut out from, I believe, one of the envelopes. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to do this and not add any words to this. I think this works just fine, and I can use this for, I could use it for a birthday card, a sympathy card, anything. So I'm going to put this on, and then the cardinal. Okay, I have to get him. Okay, look how easy that is. Now I'm going to leave this. I would maybe put like happy birthday or any other words or sympathy or anything I could put down here, because this is flat in the middle, and usually I bring it down a little more, but I like that. That works. Okay, we're going to go for the next one. Now this one, this is the inside of this. So I'm not trimming it down. It's 4 1/4 inches wide by 3. I cut my card 4 inches wide here because I thought, oh, let's do something a little different with this. And I thought I was going to let this kind of stand out on the edges. So that's just going to give a little different perspective, because this is another just standard way of making a card that I love to use. Now, I could also have cut this if I were trying to really save my paper. See, I can cut that and put two things on the side, but I'm not caring because it's just going to go like this, kind of laying out what I'm thinking here. I have happy holidays, and I have my, oh, no, you know what? I'm going to do this down here. Let's do it like this. Happy holidays. Let me see. Maybe I want to go like this and set my little bird on top. Does that work? Is it needing something up here? Now, I do have this extra. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put this together. And if I decide it needs something else, you're going to look on my blog post and see which, if I added anything or if I decided to leave it. Part of it comes down to just time. And once I add some accents, am I happy with it, or do I want to change it? So here, I'm going to put this. I'm going to put it right here, because then I'm going to add this. I'm going to tuck this right under. So I want to make sure oh, you know, see, I keep coming back to these. I should just be using these totally, because I want to make sure you see the red berries. I'm going to tuck that under, but yes, we want to see the red berries. So see how I even just put that like that? And then this, I will put one of these on this part, because then you'll see when I put it right next to it, and he's going to just be kind of sitting right on top there. I'm going to make it go like that. And with the happy holidays, you can still read it. So it's a little plain. I might think about, you know what? One little added thing like this, I think would be perfect. I actually like that. Should we go ahead and do that? Okay, so I will add that and add a little of this. Okay, so here's the next one. The next one, this is, again, such an easy layout, but I think it is really pretty. This time I have taken, it's another standard one that we have done before. Here I've just taken this piece and cut it in half. I'm going to put the top piece on the card front. And let's see, I left it full size. You're only going to see a little bit of white there. And then I'm going to put this one on the inside. And the place above here is where I will write. And I just think it's fun because it kind of brings the front and the inside together. So very simple, very effective. And with this one, since we're on a roll right here, I was just going to add these to the slant. Oh, that works. And I like this kind of there in the weeds. Okay, so here, they're in the weeds. They're in the holly. Okay, I'm going to put this right here and this here, and then I will take this and put these. So as I'm making these, think about other things you could use this with. You know, if you pull out some paper and are stuck with ideas, oh, these are some easy, quick cards to make. One of my favorite kinds. And then I'm going to just put this right along. So doesn't that just complete it? And again, this could have words. Now, if I wanted words on here, I would just put them in here. I'd look for some little words and I put them right here. But I want to wait and see what I might want to use this card for. So I'm not going to go there. Okay, next. Okay, this is the standard. So even pulled this out because this works with the bird. And I thought, let's do some other cards too. You know, one of the standard cards we always make are just the little side strip. And of course, this could have been backed on shaded spruce and it would stand out even more. I thought about doing that, but I just thought I'm just keeping it really simple. So I have a very muted looking card, but if you added a little green there, then this would just go a quarter size smaller. And this is what I'm going to put on. I'm going to play with putting these things on. Okay, so let's, well, I'll just put this on flat. because we still have more cards. We're not done yet. So I said, and look at all this out of a, what a bargain out of this one kit. And all I've added is a few sheets of cardstock, and I'm going to add my gems. But other than that, there is nothing else that I've added. Now let's see how I'm going to arrange these. Do I want this to go? You know what? Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm going to put that right there. See, I'm really whipping through these, and then I'm just going to put a dimensional there to hold these pieces together, and another one there. Whoops, get that one out of the way. These little things show up all over the house. All right, we'll take these off. And let's see, then I want my bird to be standing straight. I'm going to put it like that. I think that's just really pretty. Now, I think I'd like it more if this were backed on something. So I'm just throwing that out as an idea because that would be so easy to do, but I really like that. And now we're going to do something similar but different. This time, so I'm just kind of on a roll with this idea. We're going to use the same idea of a background, but this time I have a bigger background. So it's kind of like that. I'm going to build like this. This is another great layout to just use 2 pieces of pattern paper like this, or solids. So I'm going to first put this one on. And you can see I have the part around the side, and then I have a pretty strip over here. That's what went on you can use that on one of the strip cards or something else. And then I'm going to look at this, and I'm just trying to do the white kind of all around there. And then we'll add this one. And this, I believe, is a square. Oh, no, it looks like it might be a through. I don't know what it is, but it's on the blog. But, it doesn't matter what it is. The fun part is I was just looking at my scraps and then cutting to something that would fit here. And then my thought for this one would be to assemble this like this. Okay, does that work if we have that out there, or does it need to go this way? Let me just see. Does that look better? Probably, because I don't want that showing. So if that went over there, I don't know. What do you think? So just see again, I think it's really fun to play with placements, but I'm going to do it the other way just because it feels a little safer. So that's going to go up there. This is going to go down here. And this is going to go just like that. So again, I'm going to flip that over and just use a few of these. I'll use 2 to connect those. So I will keep them nice and tight while I'm assembling. Now let's see, I do have a little one here. Let's put a little one out here. And a little one right here. Oh, guess we should do down there too, shouldn't we? We'll add one here, and I'm putting tons of these on, so it's going to really stay up. Okay, now we're going to take these off. So now I'm going to place this. Oh, I just think that is so pretty. And then this one will also pop up. Now, what I haven't done anything with yet are the envelopes. So I've made 2 cards. The last 2 cards here are going to be made with the envelopes. So these are the envelopes. And I did use this on a couple. So I did cut these parts off to use as little strips. But let's look at some other ideas here. So this first one, which I think is really fun, I just cut. I thought, isn't that cool? And so I'm seeing the lines going here and up there. And of course, by the time I cut it off, it's got to be smaller. But I really love that little added thing. It just looks like a lovely card front to me. So I'm going to make that my base card. This one I forgot. I've got to quickly score it. And I don't even know how many cards this is. I'll have to count them afterwards because I just really got on a roll. And then I knew I had to stop when I ran out of the little birds. And then I discovered that extra little ones. I could have made one more, but I didn't. Oh, I did not do a good job of putting that on. I might just live. You know what? I'm going to live with it. I'm going to live with it. If I can't, I'll do a little surgery before, a little card surgery before. And then I thought, just nice and simple. I'm just going to put this on. Okay, so we'll add these. I will probably, if you notice on the picture that this looks better around, you just know I took this apart and redid it because I have a hard time leaving things that I'm not happy with. Do you? Anyway, even though it is just playtime. And then I'm going to put this guy on, and I think, how fun. I'm so glad I did cut into this. Really, I love the cards that were on it, and I just didn't know if I wanted to do it. But it's also so fun to play with this set. I think that's really pretty. So that is one using the envelope. And then the other one, I did the same background. I think these backgrounds are just pretty cool. And I am going to use this with the frame. So I'm going to get the frame right there. Okay, so let's put this on. So we'll go right there. And then we'll put this one over it. And all of these frames could be popped up. But at this point, we're going for speed. Okay, and this is going to cover the whole front too. Now, it's going to show the difference here. Here you're seeing the lines, and this is put on top. Here I'm working within from a frame. And what I decided to do from here, okay, this is from one of the envelopes. You'll notice that. And I thought, okay, I think we can tuck this in. I just have to make sure I can tuck things in. I'm going to tuck that in like that and leave the red berries out. I like that. Okay, so we'll put this in. And this might be a little trickier to do than I probably shouldn't have put the other down yet. But since I did, and then I'm putting it this way because I just like the idea of them kind of sticking out there a little bit. Now I have my happy holidays. And then I have another. If I want to do another, I could do up here. So I'm just framing this in. This doesn't even have a bird, although if I want to put a bird, here's my last little bird I could put in. Okay, that's cute, just like that too. But I think just to make a wreath kind of card like this, it's not a wreath, but just with a holly, just showing the holly things would be kind of fun. So we'll put this in this corner. And again, I'm going to let that. So this part's kind of flowing out the side. I'm making this up as I go along. It's all just kind of ad-libbing. But I like this too. This is really fun. And I think I'm going to leave this corner because we've got 3 clusters. I could always add more. Now we'll put this one in. And using this idea of using all these extra pieces and then doing your own thing with them, it would give you space for lots more cards. Let's see. No, I think I'm going to put it over. I'm going to put it right there. Now, there is a link to the blog post that will have all these on with the measurements of anything that I've added. But hopefully this has been fun. And there's also a link if you decide you want to try out the paper pumpkin. But I think these are fun. And so we started with a more fancy one. And then we went to all these really simple ones. So I encourage you to use this as playtime. Just get out your stamps and play. Thanks for watching. Karen Titus, Stamping in the Back Porch.